and welcome back to another episode of RPMbassy. This little session I'm going to do now, I'm so excited I found this record. So those who don't know, I'm a massive fan of, classic kind of Italo disco, and I hunt down these records. One of the records that I've been kind of patiently kind of waiting for to turn up is one of my all-time favourite kind of Italo disco records. And it's by a band called Pluton and the Humanoids, and it's called Wild Invaders. Now, this record came out in 1981. Look at that, the original label. Came out in 1981, and it says here, it's a spacey electric disco masterpiece, Wild Invaders by Pluton and the Humanoids. It's a mega rare Italo killer, in a stone cold classic, filling floors whenever played with its driving disco B-lines. Now, I first heard of this with... IF did a mix called Mixed Up in The Hague, and he used this track, and that was the first time I kind of heard of this record. So it's quite late, really, and I've been trying to kind of hunt this down, and it did reappear on a couple of kind of reissue kind of records. Just kind of think I've got them over there, but it wasn't quite the same. I wanted that original copy, and it was also on Unclassics, and I think that was the first time I heard it. Alongside kind of Mixed Up in The Hague, I'd heard it because that's another great kind of Italo classic kind of mix called Unclassics by Metro Area's Morgan. Can't remember his second name, but he did a mix and it was on there, and it's what an incredible mix. But if you want to hear Italo disco, the classics, is definitely check out Mixed Up in The Hague with IF. Incredible. And there is a part 2 as well, but part 1 is a killer. So every now and again this would kind of turn up, and I'd miss it. And I paid a lot of money for this. Let's just say a couple of hundred. But I wanted it so bad because it did come out in Germany in 2012. I can't remember the name of the label, but there was only 372 copies of this available. But that's the only other time it came out. And it looks exactly like this, exactly same label. But yeah, so it came out in Canada in 1981. 12-inch, and all there is got Wild Invaders, Pluton and the Humanoids, 6 minutes 45, published by Visan, made in Canada, so that is the original sleeve, label should I say, and on the other side you've just got Wild Invaders, the instrumental. Now the instrumental is very different, with no vocoders in there, or no vocals, and it's kind of, I swear it's a different arrangement. And I didn't really hear that until I kind of bought this 12-inch quite recently. I did find it at Discogs. I have been getting loads of messages because I did post that I'd picked this up. I have had loads of messages saying, look, do you want to sell that and I'll give you double what you paid for it. But this is the original. And I'm so glad I've got this. I'm going to be doing a lot more on Italo Disco, some of the classic tracks when it comes to Italo Disco, because I've got some classics. And I'm definitely going to do some videos. This has kind of inspired me to do that. But this is the first of many Italo disco classics, and this is Wild Invaders by Pluton. It says Pluton and Humanoids. It doesn't actually say and the Humanoids. I'm not sure if it's kind of a spelling mistake. Pluton and Humanoids. It doesn't make kind of sense. I'm sure it was Pluton and the Humanoids. Yeah, there's loads of who published by, arranged and orchestrated. I can't pronounce half these names. Obviously being Italian, I just can't pronounce them. But it was distributed by Real Records. It came out in VS Records, manufactured by VS Records, hence the logo. I did try and do some research on this, but I don't have a lot of information on this at all. And I think at the time when this stuff was coming out, a lot of the producers wouldn't stick to one kind of name. They'll produce under several different kind of names. So I know this guy who produced this has done quite a few kind of classic Italo records under different names and different guises. But this is the only one that came out for Pluton and Humanoids. Classic Italo disco. Check it out. It is on YouTube. You can check it out there. But it is such a classic. Great vocoder all the way through. Great little melody. Bass line's just driving. It's a driving kind of bass line on it. I remember playing for a night in London called Computer Blue, which was all about Italo disco and space electro, all of this, by a great guy, good friend of mine called Fontaine. I remember playing it there, and it just sounded immense. over this system, and people absolutely loved it. But yeah, there you go. Classic Pluton and Humanoids, Wild Invaders. This is the original 12-inch from 1981 from Canada. Enjoy. Thank you very much.